This procedure helps you create a rough sketch of your physical network structure that can be loaded directly into Network Sketcher.
So we manually create the diagram in PowerPoint first?
Exactly. You create the rough sketch manually, which then serves as input for Network Sketcher DX to generate the final network diagram.
That makes the whole process much more streamlined than starting from scratch in Network Sketcher.
Let's look at the basic elements you need to include when creating your PowerPoint sketch.
What are the essential components?
You'll need area frames with names, device shapes with names, waypoint shapes for connections like WAN, and wire connections between them.
I see from the example that the system recognizes the largest shape as the area frame, and shapes outside the area become waypoints.
When you have multiple areas, you'll need to create separate PowerPoint pages for each one.
How do you connect these different areas together?
The key is using identical waypoint names across pages. For example, if you have WAN1 on both pages, the system recognizes the connection between areas.
And positioning matters too. If the waypoint is on the left in one area, it should be on the right in the connected area.
Here's a useful tip about using icons and image objects in your sketches.
Can we use actual network device icons instead of just shapes?
Absolutely. The system recognizes icons and images as device shapes, though it assigns them a tentative name @iconet since they don't contain text.
That's helpful for making the diagrams more visually representative of actual network equipment.
There's also a positioning feature using error blocks, though it's not available after version 2.2.2 since it became automated.
How did error blocks work for position adjustment?
You could place square shapes labeled AR to control spacing. The system would convert these to invisible white lines in the final drawing.
So if device 9 was too far right, adding error blocks would push it left for better layout.
Finally, here's what happens if you forget to include an area frame in your sketch.
Does the system handle missing area frames automatically?
Yes, it automatically adds an area frame with the tentative name TM score in white when one is missing.
That's a nice fail-safe feature that ensures the diagram will still process correctly even with incomplete sketches.
Network Sketcher also handles duplicate names automatically by adding numbers.
Does this apply to both devices and areas?
Yes, but waypoint shapes like WAN are excluded since they rely on name matching for connections.
Smart. It prevents conflicts while preserving the connection logic.
There's an important layout rule about device placement that you need to follow.
What's the key requirement?
Devices must be arranged vertically with horizontal alignment. The system recognizes placement through overlapping horizontal bands.
So horizontal configurations won't work properly then.
Finally, let's cover the types of device shapes Network Sketcher can recognize.
What are the main categories?
Graphic objects with text, image objects, icon objects, and group objects all work as device shapes.
And there are useful icon libraries from Cisco and AWS available for more realistic diagrams.